Hey everyone, this is your girl Nachi, and I'm here with
Damaris, your favorite red pill realist.
and our
And I'm
cousin Fonso, our brother
oh,
from another mother, is here with us today to kick off this merry season with a little horror. Welcome, Fonso.
thank you.
Hold up,
You're
hold
so
up. Oh shit. We gotta represent for the Bronx, so he knows what
yes,
this is like.
Word,
yes,
He's familiar with those sounds.
run.
fucking shots. Oh my
Uh,
goodness. No, you are the perfect person to have this conversation with because we shared our first horror film together.
yes,
And we've
yes.
been watching horror films ever since, like nonstop. It is our thing, and I always enjoy it. The Maris enjoy it. It's just a thing for us. So
It's our favorite
we're
genre.
yes, we are
A
so
beautiful time.
happy. Yes, yes.
Thank you for
So
being here, Primo.
Nah,
yes.
thank you for having me, man. It's actually I'm honored to be here.
We try. This family is full of talented people, Revy.
I don't know about talented, but I'll help.
You are. You are.
Every one of us
I
are
hear you.
We
I
talented.
hear you.
contribute.
I hear
Yes,
you. I hear you.
we do.
We are talented. That is true.
Yes.
We have a very dope family. That is for
Yes,
sure.
You want to tell
Oh,
us a little bit about yourself? Let our listeners know who you are and what you're about.
man. Listen, I'm just a dad, husband that just loves his family, loves scary movies, and occasionally has a beer here and there.
Praise God.
okay.
Praise
South side
God.
of the Bronx.
and
Shout
and we
out.
got our drinks here.
Yes, yes,
Okay.
yes.
We won't show any labels because until you
Cheers,
start paying
cheers.
us.
Okay.
Oh, damn. So let
But
me just
cheers.
hold on.
Right. Turn it. No, just hold the label to yourself. No biggie.
Oh,
That's the first
goodness.
one. Strike one.
I know. No. I'm really excited about this topic because this, like Nachi said, it's become. First of all, it's our favorite genre. Well, my favorite genre, but I think it's like everyone here's favorite genre as well. But it does hold a special place because it's something that we started probably like 10 years ago or so as a
Yeah.
family tradition to watch
Yeah.
horror movies on Christmas Eve. So, for most Latinos, we know we celebrate Christmas Eve. We don't celebrate it on Christmas Day. Christmas Day is when you eat the leftovers, whatever,
Word.
but you go ham 24th, December 24th. And so, what we started to introduce, and probably because our father in particular loves scary movies too, is I think he loved the absurdity of the
Yes.
scary movies,
Mm-hmm.
so he enjoyed watching them. And we would come together Christmas Eve, cook all our favorite dishes, and then end it with watching a series of scary movies as a family. Like, I know for
Word.
some people that might sound a little bit nutty, but it's just what it
No.
is, right? And so
Yeah.
I kind of want to jump into what how do we define what a scary movie is? Like, what is the best criteria for what we determine a best horror movie to be?
Hmm.
How would you guys define that? For me,
Mm.
I'll start with saying that
I-
it needs to maintain a steady pace of tension. You know what I mean by that?
Okay.
Like there needs to be like I'm on my toes,
yes.
but not throughout every single minute, but enough so that I'm like I'm
That it
not.
grabs your attention. That
Yeah, yeah,
you're
yeah.
yes.
That
Yeah.
it's
You're
gonna catch me
engaged.
off guard because I'm like on pins and needles.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. No,
Um.
that's exactly how I feel too. Like it has to, for me, there has to be an element of mystery. So, well, not all of the horror films that we watch have a really good plot story. I still, I'm the ones that are best for me that I feel fall in that category of best films are those who have some sense of like there's a story behind it, because for all of you who don't know me, I love me some true crime, and
Oh
so
God.
what I love about it is just the mystery, like who did it? How did that happen? And that's how I feel when it comes to these horror films. Like that's how they get me in. That's how they reel me in and watching, not only watching it but finishing the movie.
What about you, Fonso?
Um, okay, this might be a little sick. Is how the first person dies.
Mm.
That's the hook. Okay, you know
Yeah,
what? I'm
I
not mad at
mean,
that.
Mhm.
I think it's telling of like how it's gonna
How the
go
yeah,
rest,
based on
yeah.
that first killing.
Hmm.
yeah.
Hmm.
The
That's
first killing
good.
has to be good. I mean, if it's not, then let's keep it moving.
Yeah,
I,
yeah.
that says a lot. That's pretty good. I would say, and I would also add the right number of jump scares.
Yeah,
You don't want a movie that has like too many jump scares. You know what I mean? It has to be the
Yeah,
right amount that's balanced throughout.
yeah.
There's a thing with me. There needs to be like some
yeah.
sort of balance, right?
Mhm,
Agreed.
mhm. Yeah, no. So, Fonso, when you talk about how the first character dies, like, what's been the best one you've seen that you was like,
Ooh, I'm
oh
curious.
shit, this is gonna be a good movie.
Ooh.
To be honest, it was damn. The Saw movies were pretty good.
Mm.
Um,
Oh yeah, they.
Yeah, their opening kill scene, yeah. It's usually
you know what was crazy? The Halloween movie when he was a kid
Yes.
and
Oh, okay.
and
Yeah.
he was there was I think the kid was skinning cats or stuff like that, and then
Psychopath.
and then
That's
he
the
was picking
story. That's the
on I think
story.
on Mike, and he met him during the alley or I guess a little bush area or whatever, and he started
Mhm.
hitting him with the branch.
Mhm.
That
Mhm.
was that was crazy because he was
You're
just
like,
beating
oh.
that kid with that branch, and I was like, whoa. I don't know how long into the movie it
Oh, see,
was.
there was like
You-
flashbacks of child beatings. Let me stop.
Go get your switch. That's not big enough.
Muchacho de diablo.
Yo, for real. I was like, yo, Mike, you got a little bit of some
You
type
like
of
fall
anger
back.
issues.
You think? Okay.
Oh my
But
goodness.
Saw, I mean, the first Saw movie, I don't know how long it took in, but them in that room, and he had to cut his leg off, and
You're ruining it for people.
well,
Oh
I
well,
mean,
by now you should know, right?
I know,
He's
right?
like,
Right. If you
by now
haven't
he's like,
seen
if
that,
you
yeah,
haven't
Movie old
seen,
as hell.
yes.
no,
If you have not seen any of the Saw movies,
Yeah,
somebody listening to this, like, God damn it,
too late. You have more than enough time to
I
watch.
know.
basically. But that's actually good. I like that idea of like the different criteria. Um, so now because we could spend hours on this, but let's start off with what's your number one top horror film? Nachi, you start.
Okay. You probably heard me say this before, but my number one has always been Amityville Horror.
I knew that was on your list.
And
I knew it.
and because it put a certain kind of well, number one, I watched this when I was young. And it put a certain kind of fear in me. And reason being because there was it number one, it was a true story, right? It was based off of a true story.
Hmm.
So when I see that, I start thinking about, oh, this shit could happen here. I remember one time we went to go visit family in Queens, and Papi's car, the battery died, and we watched that fucking movie. That we were about to leave, and I was like, "Oh, I need a jump." Whatever. It's night, and I'm
And in Queens, they
standing
got a lot of
outside.
trees.
Hmm.
Yes, and the houses look similar to the Amityville house, and I just kept thinking, like, "Oh Lord, I just want to go home. I just want to go back to the Bronx." This is too
She's like,
much,
"There's no
but
spirits in the Bronx."
right, but
Right.
it's the whole thing of you have this family who's excited to move into this brand new house, to them. They have no idea of the backstory, which, by the way, I think is fucked up. That the husband went and purchased this home and not tell his wife that a fucking murders happened in that home. The whole fucking family was murdered, and then he gets possessed, and the person that lived there before, the son that killed everyone, was possessed. All of that shit was reality to me. I was just like, oh
Yeah,
shit.
I mean, I think that idea that it actually happened. Yeah, it's
Yes, and then I
yeah.
felt the fear that they all had. Like, I don't get me into a house and I see a bunch of flies.
Oh
Oh,
boy. Get out. Get out.
Yes. Yeah. It's yeah. It put a sense of fear that I don't think I've felt with any other movie, to be
Okay.
honest.
Okay. That's fair. Fonclito. And nobody, no, the rest of y'all cannot call him Fonclito. That is the inside joke family nickname.
um, I'm gonna have to say it's Annabelle. Just again
Oh,
because it's off a true event, and just the fact that there's a doll that's
But
literally
hold on, the true
mhm.
event talked to a spirit, and they were like, you know what? A doll and a spirit, those are the true events.
and listen, that's good enough
And
for
he's like,
me
that's enough for me.
because
But
now
wait a
I'm look.
minute. Isn't Annabelle one of those stories
Yes,
that
that's connected to
that
Amityville horror. Yes.
Hmm.
yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. So
Hmm.
I mean, and
No,
it's
no.
connected to those paranormal investigators.
I'm
So
just
it's
saying
saying,
she had the extra Hollywood, you know,
well, they have to. I mean, they gotta
sauce,
sell
the
it.
extra
They gotta
Hollywood sauce
sell
on
it.
it.
But we
Yes.
but we
But
all
go
know
on. I'm
what
sorry, I
that's
didn't mean to cut
about.
you off.
No, no,
Right,
Yeah.
it's
right,
all
right.
good. I mean, just that doll, and I just
Okay.
look at people different when they have dolls in the house. I'm like, I
Well,
want.
that
Wait,
makes me think of Poltergeist.
Nachi, I
No.
was gonna go th- because of that movie Poltergeist.
Oh,
I
the
don't fuck with
clowns.
clowns. I don't.
No,
I was like,
no.
oh, and I never look under my bed. If I'm already on the bed, I'm
Yes.
not looking
I'm
under
not.
the bed.
Yes.
There's nothing for me to see there. I'm good.
No. Yes. I'm not looking under anybody's bed. I don't even want to look at the damn tree outside that's tapping on my window. I don't give
Right,
a fuck.
right. All of that, all of that. Motherfucking Poltergeist, man. That movie was scary.
That was a
But
good one. Yeah. That
my top horror film. So I love science fiction and horror. So those combined, that's like my favorite genre. And so, or subgenre of horror. So for me, it is Alien, the first
mm,
one. Now,
mm-hmm.
when the little monster ripped through that poor man's abdomen, I was like, okay. I was like, that is the definition of fuck around and find out. They were fucking around on that planet. They and they found out you should not be here.
Word.
That is fuck around find out scenario.
That
And guess who survived? The lady and her cat. And I love my cats. I was like, cats know how to get away, and cats know when something ain't
they
right.
sense they sense
They
some
know.
evil
They
shit
know.
happening.
Word.
But not for nothing, like The Shining and Halloween are two that are very
Mm,
close to that.
Hmm.
And,
yeah.
in
A
honor of
Halloween for me.
Halloween, I'm wearing my denim Michael Myers mechanic suit onesie. So
Yeah.
for this call, I'm wearing that in honor of Michael Myers.
Yeah, Halloween is my second one.
Hmm.
Just
Those are good.
for yeah, that's again, I feel like there's that reality because you have
Hmm.
this person walking around stalking you because that's how I
Mhm.
saw
Yes.
him. He was a stalker. He was a
No,
straight up
he was
stalker.
Nachi, that scene where she's walking home from school and she's
Yes.
like, I feel someone following me, and this
Yes.
motherfucker steps out the hedges. I was like,
Yes.
oh,
Yes. Or when
oh,
he was outside her house and
yes,
he's by
yes. Looking up at her window. He
yes.
was obsessed. He was like,
Oh my
come, he was
goodness.
like,
Nah,
hashtag
man.
obsessed.
He needs to
Yes,
finish
he
this.
was.
He needs to finish his job.
He said, you want to knock on my door earlier today? You cute.
Right,
He said,
right.
you cute. Matter of fact,
Yes,
you cute.
yes. I want to talk to you,
Yeah,
but I'm too
no.
shy.
She didn't want to talk to him. He found
No.
out with the hanger later on in the
Mm.
movie.
And he ain't dead. He's still alive.
Right. I mean, that's
Mm,
one that's
yeah.
just never going to die.
That's when it becomes real stupid, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Honestly, I feel like with Halloween, you probably didn't need more than the third one. I mean, because it's just a joke, right? It's like, okay, so he's just never
Right,
gonna die. He's gonna
right.
fall out 7 stories. He's gonna be
It's
stabbed
like,
multiple times. He's
yeah,
gonna be set on fire, and
yeah.
he's still alive.
He's gonna switch
Yeah, it's like
spots.
Friday the
Okay,
13th. The first one was
I
really good.
know, I
And then the
know.
rest, it just started going downhill.
That's another reason why I don't understand why people don't understand why I don't like the idea of going to like a camp, a sleepaway camp thing.
Mm,
And it's like, I'm
hmm.
like, did you not watch Friday the 13th? Did you not see
Yes,
how he showed up? Camp Crystal Lake looks like every
yes.
place in upstate New York. Why would I want to do that?
Let
Because
me
it's
tell you
fun.
how my best
Okay, all
friend
right.
in college was like, let's go on this camp trip. I was like, I really don't want to go. She was like, but I don't want to go by
Wait,
myself.
wait.
You know, it's
Let
a
me
bunch
guess.
of
Is this the same best friend that
the
recommended
drink.
Boucher
Yeah,
rum? That
Yes,
trash ass
yes.
rum twist. Okay. You know who you are,
Oh
The
God.
very one.
Liz.
We go to this camp trip, and we ended up going hiking at night, and it's snow outside, it's cold, and we got lost, and all I kept seeing was like these signs on the tree that says no trespassing, and he clearly was trespassing. I was just like, we are fucking gonna die up in here. Liz, why you got me up in
See?
this bitch?
Okay, okay, okay.
Oh my goodness. And that's all I kept thinking about was Jason. I was just like, we in fucking Buffalo. Buffalo.
Mhm.
We need to get up out of
Y'all were
here.
fucking
No.
around and y'all were gonna find out.
We
Basically.
sure was. And a bunch of black people. Come on.
Mm-mm.
They really didn't want to fuck with.
No, no, they did not.
Oh gosh.
Wait, so what's another one of your favorites, Alpha that you would say is like your top three?
Just because I saw it young, Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah, yes,
Yes.
okay.
Yes. No,
That's
it
a
was
good one.
scary. That
I
That
mean,
first one, yeah.
yeah. And
Yeah.
just hearing
Mhm.
that 1, 2. Nah.
Mhm.
Freddy's coming
Yo,
for you.
I had a light right
Yeah.
next to my bed. And when I saw that movie, I had to click clack and I had that light on, man.
You said 1, 2, nobody coming for me. Not in these South Bronx streets. Don't
Nope.
play with me.
Word.
Look, when I said talking about our first horror film that we watched together, April Fools.
Oh my
I
god.
just remember your ass looking up to the sky. I mean, I think
He looked at
Yo,
that
half,
ceiling for the rest
yes,
of the movie.
yes,
listen.
up in the ceiling. He was just staring up. Missed like maybe a good half of the movie.
Actually, I think he missed like 90% of the movie.
Yeah.
The first
I
killing, he
mean,
was like, I'm looking up.
Yes,
once
he's
that,
like,
once
this
that,
is too
that
much.
head got crushed by that boat, it was a wrap for me. I was like this the
It
whole
was like,
night.
eyes up.
Yeah.
First of all, we were 8, 9, and like 11. Yeah,
Yes.
no, it wasn't right.
Yes.
And our cousin that took us knew full well this was highly inappropriate for children of that age. And I'm gonna tell y'all who's listening, when we confronted her about it, she said first
Mm-mm.
she denied it. Then she said, okay, well maybe I was high. So there's several things wrong with that scenario. We're gonna move right along.
Yes.
You gotta love
And
older
I love her.
cousins.
Yeah.
I love her so it's all good.
No, and now I have it recorded on my DVR.
See?
Do you?
Now I can watch
Mhm.
April Fool's Day whenever I want.
Yeah, and laugh at it. Like, you were scared of this?
But it was that first one, right?
Yes,
Because
that
it's
first
like
one.
you've never experienced that, and you're like,
No.
oh, what the fuck is going on here?
Before that, I saw The Blob come out, or like,
Oh yeah, yeah, those sci-fi movies, yes.
yeah, like
Hmm.
18 years, shit like that. Like, I'm,
Yeah,
I'm like, oh my
Twilight
God.
Zone.
Yeah,
That's
so,
about like the scariest
and
that
I've been
they
seeing
would show on TV.
A whole
skull
head
getting
crush.
crushed, and then you see the blood just dripping and shit. And I'm like,
Oh
the
my
fuck?
goodness. And you know what? I get why the kids are so soft these days. Because the level of non-censorship we had growing up, oh child,
Ooh, oh my
it was
goodness.
intense.
No, it was. But you know what? Bobby was never, he was always like, this is fantasy. Like, why are you getting
Mhm.
caught up with
Yeah.
this? Right. And I remember when the kids were maybe, they had to have been like 2 and 4 around that time. And we were visiting them in Florida. And your father was like, oh, let me put on some TV. I'll put Chucky on. I was like, Chucky? Are you crazy?
He's like, it's about a fucking doll. He's like, it's a doll. What the
I'm
kids
like,
like?
no,
He's like, the
no.
kids like
He's
dolls.
like, this is fake. This is funny. And I'm like,
Yeah.
they're 2 and 4. They're not gonna find it funny. A doll killing people?
Doll that moves, speaks, and kills. I don't
Yes.
think so,
I was
Poppy.
like, they're
I
not
don't think
gonna
so.
find that funny. And he was just like,
He was like, ha ha
nah.
ha, it's so funny.
Yes. He's like, you bugging. They're
He's like,
gonna
you
love this.
Word.
And I was like, no, sir, they're not.
Oh,
Trust
God
me,
bless.
they're 2 and 4. So that
God
should just
bless.
tell you the level of censorship we had growing up when it came to film and any of that. TV shows, there was
Just,
no
don't feel
censorship.
I love it. Is there another horror film for you?
Well, the other one was Halloween that you've already mentioned. Um, but along the line of Amityville horror, The Conjuring has been a good one for me. Again, I'm more attracted to the paranormal type of movies because it it also gives a story for me because there's always
Right.
like like a backstory to what we're watching, like why they're dealing with this. And I like when they go back because that's how I get engaged because I want to know what was the beginning of this story, like how did this happen, how did we get
Right.
here, why do we have this ghost or this demon or this evil
hmm
entity coming after you. And so that's you know The Conjuring was my next one,
Did that
but
for you?
my top two has been Amityville Horror and Halloween. um those are my favorite.
Yeah, I mean, I will say, I'll just add because this has to be added, but The Shining, and I think Fonso, you said The Shining is
Mm,
one of your favorites
Yeah,
too. The
hmm.
Shining, hands down. I mean, that is just
it's
a creep
classic.
fest.
Yeah.
It's creepy as fuck. It's just like it has
Here's
the right,
Johnny.
the jump scare factor, everything. I mean, I'll
Red
just call out one
rum.
scene. Right. Well, funny enough, growing up, I always saw the edited version, right? The one that was like on
Oh
WPIX Channel
yes,
hmm
11.
yes.
And when, as an adult, I finally saw the unedited version, and I was like, holy shit, is that a guy in a bunny suit giving head to some guy in the room? What is happening in this movie? I missed a lot with the edited version. This is even crazier than I remembered. And so that movie is just a classic. And I'm just going to throw out a few honorable mentions. I mean, yes, a few honorable mentions. Creep Show, Scream One,
Yeah, Spring was good.
The Thing, and Phantasm.
I'm
If you
surprised
know,
you
you
didn't.
know.
I'm surprised you didn't. Oh, I hate Phantasm. I hate that fucking movie. And
I know.
the
That's why
reason why
I'm
I
like,
hate going to funeral homes because of that
yes,
fucking
that
movie.
character, the tall man,
Yes.
the spears with the fucking daggers. That movie was
Oh
crazy.
gosh, it was. Oh my
What did
gosh.
you think I was
That
gonna
just
say? Creep Show and Creep Show.
no. The Ring.
Okay, so here's the thing. Yes,
That movie was so stupid to me,
it
but
was stupid. So I saw this movie with Natasha,
Oh,
and I don't know what possessed us to watch it because I've never recalled Natasha being into scary movies, but I think we were just like, let's go watch it. We watched it, and I remember I didn't sleep for a week because I kept thinking that this hoe was gonna crawl out the TV, and then I spoke to Natasha like a week later. Oh my god, this movie really had me crazy. I didn't see. She was like, neither did I. I'm never watching this type of stuff again. I was like, sorry, not
no. And
sorry.
then
But then,
Damaris was like, "Yeah,
yeah, I
watch
thought it
this
was the
movie.
most.
It's
Yeah.
yes, it's really scary, but you may not want to watch it at night." And she was like, "In fact, you should watch the Japanese version, the original movie,
oh.
and because it's much scarier." And I'm like,
And I hadn't seen
"Okay."
this the original one, but that's what I heard. Since you like to be like, I don't care, I'm not scared. Go ahead, watch that one.
I did watch it, and
Find
it
out.
was
I know
dumb.
she was like, I watched it in the dark by myself. I wasn't scared.
I
Y'all
was
two
like,
are crazy or whatever. I was like, whatever, bitch. I was like,
it's
whatever.
like it was stupid. I'm here waiting to be scared, and I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Nah,
Oh,
Hellraiser was.
she's coming out the the television. All
Yeah.
right.
But I didn't add it because I think when I saw it again, I was like, oh, she was kind of right. I really don't know why I was so worked up.
Like there was
But
nothing else that was,
yeah,
it was
yeah.
just her coming out the television. I think
But
was
it was
the
the
only
way she came
creepy.
out, Nachi.
Yes, but that
Didn't
was
see
the
her
only
face,
creepy
and she was
part of
crawling
it.
like a spider. Okay, she was doing the crab walk. Thank you.
No, yes, but I wouldn't. lose sleep over it.
Well,
That's
we
for
did.
sure.
Okay, congratulations to you. You are brave.
Okay, the
Yes.
same. All right.
But the Nachi, she came up with this category name, which I think is great. And she's like, what does it mean when we say that a movie is so bad that it's good? Now we have those. I want to
Yes.
hear from you guys. What is that for you?
I think we probably have the same movie.
Well, you start. You start, brother.
You have to say rubber. Rubber has to be
Yes,
number one.
yes, yes. And I don't think enough people know about the movie Rubber.
No, this is an instant classic. You have to watch it.
And who was the one that introduced us to rubber?
Our Father,
Oh,
may he rest in power. That man, it was like anybody that came to his, he
yes,
discovered the
Yes.
movie, and anybody that came to the house,
you gotta
he said,
watch
I
it.
got this movie. This movie is so good. He said, no, actually, he was like, this movie, only stupid people like it. So he's like, let me show this movie to you. And I was like,
Because I know you're gonna like it. So it's like you're
I was like,
insulted.
Paul, wait. You just said you liked it, so therefore you're stupid. And now you're saying, I know you're going to like it, which now you're calling me stupid. So I'm like, okay,
Yep.
typical Franco.
And it was an instant
But he was
classic.
right. It was so stupid. It was so bad. It was good. I mean,
It's
you
the
know,
absurdity of it. It's just like
yeah,
what?
it's about a damn tire that when it vibrates, your head blows up. And if the rubber doesn't like you, if that tire don't like you,
Oh, it's a
he's
wrap.
gonna start to shake, and you're done. So
It's a wrap.
you're
Oh
done. So
my
on,
gosh.
on GP, I think I'm gonna watch it this weekend. Just like
You have to.
Just
you
to
know what, we'll watch it
refresh.
over the holidays when I'm there, Nachi.
Yes.
In
Just to bring
honor
back
of our
memories.
father, we're gonna watch Rubber.
Yes. And those of you who haven't seen it, you have to see it.
Yes. If
Yes.
you love bad movies that are so good, so bad that they're good, that this is why. I have to say, for me, will be also added to that is this movie called Rodents.
Okay.
And this is one
Mm.
that I think Adam and I found it when we first started dating. And that's like the love story to, that's like the movie that frames our love story of a relationship. So, where we both realize we love these terrible movies,
Mm-mm.
terrible horror movies. And so basically, it's like about, and it's rodents with a Z at the end. So not rodents like S, rodents with a Z,
Oh.
because that was the director, like, I don't know,
Rodents
you're not ready
are
for this movie.
scary altogether.
Right.
Them
But
alone
in
are.
this movie, Nancy, once they get a little toxic liquid in them or on them, they become like giants
Oh my
and
gosh.
they attack. And it's
Like New
it was
York City rats.
yes, and they were gigantic, and they were, and it was, the movie was so bad because the rats were like mechanical looking. It was like,
Oh.
like the heads were moving very slowly, and it's like and the eyes were bright red, and it was like, it reminded me of the rats that you would see in front of the buildings in New York City when labor unions are protesting a building for using non-union workers, and it's like a gigantic rat that's in front of the corporate building. That's exactly what this rat looked like. Rodents is a classic. If you know, you
Oh.
know. If you know, you know.
That, and the rest you'll probably remember this one was a pumpkin head. You
Yeah,
remember
actually, that was
pumpkin?
going to be on my list, but you know what? Because I already had too many.
Oh
But
my goodness, pumpkin
Pumpkinhead, yes.
head was one of them.
Leprechaun.
The crazy part is the fucking movie is called Pumpkinhead, but this creature didn't even look like a pumpkin. I
Uh-uh.
think
And actually, it kind of felt like the pumpkin. It was like a
no,
rotten pumpkin on his head.
no, he did not
No,
look like a
now
pumpkin.
I gotta watch it
The
again.
only connection
You
was a
didn't?
pumpkin patch that they buried him in.
What else do you need, guys? Like, I feel like, come on, Nachi.
It's
There,
close enough.
thank
and
you.
and it always appears in like some backwoods area. I think of like West Virginia, you know,
Mm, mm.
in the backwoods where you have these really
Appalachia.
Uh-oh.
yes, that's exactly what I'm thinking of.
Mm, mm.
And you
You
got
know
these
what? Big
people.
up to the Appalachian Mountains. Like that, it's a very beautiful place, though, because we go
It is.
there too.
It is.
It
It
is
is.
beautiful, but yes, it can also be creepy.
Oh, Yes, but then they had like this witch who bought this pumpkin head creature.
Now I
who
gotta
looked
watch it again. I swear he had like a pumpkin
she
head.
she
Okay,
looked like she looked like she was like 200 years old.
that's how
thin
witches look
Oh
now.
thin
man.
hair, thin hair, like she was bald, but she had like scraggly hair coming out of her scalp. Oh my goodness. And
They're
this
like,
man,
we were doing all. They're like, we're gonna do all the stereotypes, all the
Yep.
all of
stereotypes.
it, all of it, all of it. And
That is
I,
hilarious.
And it
oh,
worked.
that that was a stupid movie. That was stupid, but it was good enough that you watched the entire thing all the way to the end,
Yeah,
where he
well,
was
well,
buried in a pumpkin patch.
yeah. I mean, we're not a fan. We're not a family of quitters. So
No, 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 no. We
No.
we always got to see where it takes us. Like, okay, I got to see where this fucking movie is
Yeah.
gonna go.
now, wait a minute. But Foncito mentioned Leprechaun.
Yeah.
Oh
Who
yes,
did you say was in Leprechaun too? Was it Ice T or something?
Ice-T.
I
was
mean,
he?
come on, Ice
No,
T.
I can't
Yes,
even remember.
yes.
Jennifer Aniston was in the movie.
I do
Woo,
remember that she was
I
in the movie.
love when known actors are in these stupid early movies.
It's great because you know what? Everyone's got to start somewhere.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
definitely, definitely. But it makes you think like, damn, this is how you started? This is
I,
crazy.
Wait, but another one. This is a classic. I don't know if you guys seen this one. Basket Case.
mm-mm.
Oh
Mm.
no, I have not seen
So
that.
Basket Case
Uh-oh.
is about two conjoined twins that were separated, right? But one twin is deformed, and the other twin is like able-bodied, normal, and he would carry his deformed twin brother in a wicker basket.
That
And
sounds
the
like this
brother,
other movie that I have here. But go
and
ahead.
obviously the brother in the basket is a little bit crazy, so that's why they call the movie Basket Case.
Oh
And he
no.
gets a little jealous that his brother gets to live his best life, and he's like, "I'm in a basket." I mean, that movie was so ridiculous, but that's why it's up there for me for like so bad it's good.
You have to
That and
watch it.
Evil Dead 2. I'm not even going to go into deep into Evil Dead 2, but you have a skeleton that starts dancing in the middle of the movie, and you're like, what is the purpose of skeleton doing like a ballet type thing? Where is this going? And I love it.
Oh my goodness. Well,
It was
your
great.
basket case movie sounds a lot like this other movie I was gonna mention. It's called Malignant. And it's actually a
Mm.
newer movie. It came out
I
in
bet you it was based off a basket case.
it had to because it's about conjoined twins, but
Oh.
you don't know this until later on
Okay.
in the movie.
Damn,
Um,
y'all stay ruining a movie for other people. Like, the whole point is like maybe us to bring up movies for people to potentially watch, but we're like,
look,
Yeah.
that don't bother me. You tell me about, I go watch it. I gotta see
Yeah.
the entire movie. I gotta see, how it starts. Where
Word.
this is, it does not bother me. So
oh
if
well,
we have
that's
to put a
obvious. That
disclaimer,
is obvious.
if you're a type of person that you can't hear any parts of a movie because it ruins it for you, maybe you don't need to listen to the episode.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yep.
I think I'm gonna put a disclaimer. This will be the first time we have a disclaimer.
Oh wow.
Not you and I, we talked about this. Like if we don't put a disclaimer on the show because we are a show of use your common sense.
Right, right.
So if you need a disclaimer, probably this ain't your show. But you know what? But because we are providing some inside stuff for the movies, I'm gonna put a disclaimer. My first time, but I will because I think this is important. But I think, like if we think about but Fonsito, is there anything else outside of in addition to Leprechaun?
The new Chucky movie was dumb.
Which one?
But was it so dumb? Was it good though? Or was it just bad?
No, it was funny.
Okay.
Which one? Which one? What
The new
movie?
Chucky movie.
I haven't seen that one.
No, I
Yeah,
haven't
I
seen
don't know when it was made. But it was recent, and it was just the whole storyline, the way like it was built bad in the factory, it was infected, and then of course the spirit got into him, and it was just
Oh,
come on,
chalky.
yeah. And, well, one part that's crazy is that they decapitated a head from someone, and they put it in, they wrap it up, and they give it to the next door neighbor as a gift. So she thought she
Uh-uh.
was getting a nice gift from the next door neighbor. She didn't
Wow.
even know that it
Wow.
was a head.
Wow. The level of
Welcome to the
disrespect.
neighborhood.
Yeah, and the kid had to go back and get the head and toss it down the incinerator. I mean,
Oh, it sounds like a damn Ouija board.
it's pretty funny. It's funny. It's not scary, but funny.
Okay.
Well, I
All
think
right.
that's what makes it good, right? Because I feel like these movies are good for families to watch together because it
Not cheap. Okay,
no,
let's not say
no.
that. Like, that
Families
sounds
to watch
crazy.
together, and I'm not talking about kids. I'm talking about like like us, right?
Okay, okay. Because I'm
Adults,
like, I know people
Nah,
are gonna be like,
adults in the
what?
family,
kids,
adults in the
kids gotta
family
watch it.
that
Kids
Right.
watch
gotta
it
watch
together, like us,
Okay, okay.
it. Nah,
because
it's
we love to do some commentary throughout the movie. I think
correct.
that's what makes it,
That is true.
yes, so it has to
That's why
have
we enjoy
that.
it.
Yes, that's what makes it so good because it gives us enough it gives us enough to use so we could comment on like,
Right.
can you believe this happened?
Right.
It's so
Right.
absurd that it's just like, who
Facts.
does this?
Fact. No,
Why
that's
would
true.
this happen?
Yeah,
Why would you be there like that? Yes, I
Yeah,
think
and
it's
I think
fun
you're right
when
because
you
I
watch
think
it with other
that's
people.
you know, what makes these movies so good, even though they're so bad, because it's like I think obviously they don't have a big budget. And I'm like,
Hmm.
you know what? This team gets an A for effort for
Yes.
trying with what they have. And I think that makes me enjoy even more knowing that. And again, the absurd storyline, the plot that just is so outrageous. Like again, you're carrying like basket case, you're carrying your brother in a wicker basket. Like how does what? Like but
Oh
it
my
worked. It
god.
just worked.
yeah.
And and then sometimes for some of the movies, it's like the terrible acting or the terrible dialogue.
Yes.
Who speaks that way? I'm just saying. That's
Yes.
what to me,
Yes.
makes like with these movies good, even though they're so bad.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
There are things that you could overlook because the overall movie is enjoyable. So it's enough that you could sit through it because there are some movies where you're watching it and you can't even finish it. It's so boring. I can't even remember. There
Yeah,
was
yeah.
one
Or
movie
they're
that we
just
watched that I
bad.
couldn't
They're
even
just
remember.
bad. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. No, you can't
Nothing
even
about it's
finish.
good. It's not absurd enough. It's not
Right. It's
deep enough.
slow.
It's
Yes.
yeah.
Yes. Mhm.
Like the dialogue is trying to be good when it really should be bad. Um, you know. Yeah, but
Mhm.
that's
Mhm.
what it is. I mean,
It's all of that.
yeah, yeah.
I need you to
Good
entertain
times.
me. If you're gonna be stupid, just entertain me. It's okay to
That's
be
it.
stupid.
That's it. Otherwise, what we doing here?
Right, exactly.
Is there any other movie that we're like, these are must watches, whether they're good or bad, that we've kind of missed?
Hmm.
Let's see.
I know there has to be some couple of good ones.
For me, I do like I think one of my favorite movies that we watched on Christmas Eve was Your Next. And
Okay.
that was like a horror slash thriller. So not just straight horror, but it was really more like a balance of and I that movie was really fun to watch because it was
What
just
was the
like
name?
You're Next.
Oh, yes, that
Yeah,
was
that was
that
good.
was good. Uh-huh.
What
That
That
was
was
the
fun
was
to
good.
watch.
what was the other one? The one in the cabin that at the end they just are releasing different demons. Is it Cabin
I
in the
don't
Woods?
okay, but yeah, not Cabin Fever. Cabin yeah, I think it was Cabin in
Cabin
the
in the
Woods.
Woods.
Okay, yeah, because it was like a puzzle, right? Like they went
Yeah,
yes, I
that
think it
was
was
actually
Cabin in the
pretty
Woods.
cool. I mean, the storyline was crazy that they had different monsters for different scenes and
Mm.
but it was pretty cool.
That sounds like
Mhm.
there's a lot going on in that one.
Oh no, it was.
It was, but it was entertaining.
It
It actually
was.
was good. And I think it gets like pretty high ratings on the tomato meter.
Oh, did it?
Y- I think that one, Cabin in the Woods, got a decent one.
Oh, okay.
It was
You
pretty
know.
cool.
Yeah. I
I
mean, I feel
think
like we
the
covered a lot.
I think the is it The Hills Have Eyes? That's the name of the
Oh,
movie.
wait.
I didn't
It's
I vaguely remember seeing that one. I don't think I was in love with that one, but
mhm. It to me it was when it falls under that quarter category of it's so bad it's good. It'll keep you entertained throughout the movie. But um, yeah, that's another one that I would
Okay.
probably add.
No, I mean, we just had to pick our top ones, and I think we covered a lot of top ones. Um,
We
I think
did.
there's plenty that. What I am finding though is that we talked about a lot of older movies. To me, that's kind of telling because I just feel like those are the ones that have been good. Like I feel like
Yeah.
the 80s
Hmm.
was the best time for some of the scariest, craziest movies. I mean,
Hmm.
80s, 90s. I think there are some good movies out there now, but none that I really, again, like You're Next, and that came out like I want to say 2013 or something, but nothing has been like, oh my God, this is it, at least for me.
Right,
And I feel
right.
like, you know what, there's plenty that we discussed that. Check them out. Check out the bad ones that's gonna make you laugh,
Yep.
like Basket Case, Pumpkinhead,
If you
Rubber.
want,
Please,
right,
guys,
if you
watch Rubber.
if you want a good laugh,
Yes. Rubber is hilarious.
you just need one good laugh. I think a lot of the movies nowadays I feel are because we watch a lot of these horror films, but I think to your point, they're just not
I don't
memorable,
remember. Yeah,
right? They're
they're
just
forgettable.
Hmm.
it's
They're
like
just forgettable. I'm like, okay.
they they didn't do anything for me. I don't know,
No.
but yeah, you're
Nothing like,
right.
an alien coming out your belly because you want to be out here in these alien streets sniffing and looking at stuff. Okay.
He ate a bad burrito.
Yeah. He's like, oh, let me look at this flower looking thing. And then it fell on and jumped right on his face. Come
Right,
on.
right.
Come on. Like, he fucked around and he
Like,
found out. They don't make them like that no more. If anything, they just like, try to copy. And it's like,
Yeah.
I've been there, done that. So,
and while there's movies like Get Out, right? I
mhm.
don't find that scary, although it falls under the horror
It does. And I didn't
genre,
include that
and
either.
I
Like,
don't.
yeah.
It just didn't it didn't fit for me in terms of like, oh, this is what I would consider a horror film, but
Right.
it obviously has been listed as a horror film, and I think
Yeah.
that's probably a big part of it. It's just that a lot of these movie that I wouldn't consider as horror films, like The Quiet Place, I think is another one
Mhm.
that's listed as a horror film,
Yeah,
but
I can see though why it is. I mean, they're monsters that are trying to kill you.
yeah, yeah, but if I yeah, I guess so. I guess it's more hard slash
Because now
sci-fi.
she's like, I didn't get any jump scares. She's like, this
Oh
is not
no, there were a
not
couple. There
supporting.
were a
No,
couple. I'm
there
not
were.
gonna
You're
say
right.
that there were a couple,
Yeah.
but it was yeah, yeah. That I guess so. I guess so because there were
But
a
I
couple
do
of
get out.
intense scenes where it's like, oh shit.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
So then, yeah, Quiet Place is good.
Yeah. And I mean, going back to Get Out, and I would say that part of what makes it horror, I feel like it's a horror film for people that are not black.
Yes.
Right? Where I'm like, but when I watch, I'm like, yeah, that's how black people feel, though.
Yes,
Like
yes,
sometimes I feel
yes,
like y'all want to get
yes,
on my skin. This is our lives. I don't
yes.
know what to say. Like, so I think that's why you're like, I don't really see this as scary. I just see this as reality. But
Word.
maybe that's it.
No, you're right.
I don't know. I don't know. Anything else that we should add to this? We covered some films where you can get your jump scare or films that you can just be entertained by just how bad they are, but they're still good and fun to watch. And so,
Hmm.
you know, we hope that we bring a little bit of lightheartedness and some levity into your space because there's always a lot going on, and sometimes you just need a break from the chaos
Yes.
that's out there, and just enjoy life in a different in a different way with
Word.
your family. And the way we like to do that is watching a horror film
Yes,
and have fun, and drink some coquito and live life.
yes. There's no other way.
Basically. So thank you to our hermanito, primo, brother, Foncito, who made it out and,
Yes.
joined us for
Thank
this
you.
classic conversation, because, this he's a part of this journey with us. And we have lots of stories from very early on to share with folks. And so, this was a lot of fun to do with you. So thank you.
No,
Thank you
thank
for
you.
doing that.
Thank
And
you for
thank you
having me.
guys. Thank you guys so much for listening.